Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to race 13 of 15 in season number 5 for no stabilizers allowed. We are heading for what is going to be hopefully a very interesting Grand Prix in the city circuit of Baku. And quick look at the track map. You've probably, once again, obviously, calendar is synced up with the real one. Remember this track layout from yesterday, where also Piastri took his second win of this season and a second in total after beating Charles Leclerc and somehow George Russell to the podium. We have a very fast third sector that is after the exit of 16 fully flat. Turns 18 and 19 are no real corners. They are flat to the floor and onto the main straight you go before you hit the braking for turn 1. After that, 2 90-degree corners onto the second DR straight, and then a very tricky bit with the 5 and 6 chicane. Unfortunately, in this year's game, very high curbs, not like in real life. And then the Old City part after turn 7, where you go up the hill and between a castle that is the smallest part of any F1 calendar's track, and it's only a couple of meters wide. And yeah, we have seen incidences a lot throughout the years, and obviously in league racing that has happened as well. After that, flat out until turn 15, once again very tricky braking zone, and then we come back to the first part I was talking about. We have an update to the reserves. This is currently the updated list for reserves drivers. As you can see, let me check. No, that is not correct. Someone is missing there. Reserves. No, it doesn't. Okay. 1 second, I need to select the correct image. No, now we have it. Vincenzo is now joining the grid, also a driver from SSIL, and Sacco is off this grid, but he is racing according to my preparation sheet. So yeah, let's see who and if he's gonna be there. And let's talk about standings and the race result from last time, as the lobby is filled at this stage. We had the Vegas Grand Prix, race 12 of this season. Critical once again took pole position, and after on lap 4 pitted to the hard tires to go to the end. Was a close fight with Chaza and Andy Andre, but at the end Chaza prevailed. Andy had to go through the field a bit more, and yeah, Critical did quite the jump in terms of how possible it is for him to finish off this championship. Today we had good races from Fellerson and from Jack, as well as Quincy for the Red Bull reserve seat, who was filling in for John Meister. You can see a 4-stop for Jack as well there, switching to the hard tire after the wing was not repaired under a safety car. Good points for Mercedes once again, but they still don't outscore Ferrari at the top. Kovacs was 7th. Crankjok with some points for Sauber, and then Pleasant Snake with a very odd strategy to pit too late to gain anything better from the softs, only to have the fastest lap. And after that we had only retirees. A crash with Bosnian and Frankie example down there. Yeah, not the greatest day for McLaren, for Alpine, Haas as well. yeah, Danny offers to forget. And let's look at the Drivers' Championship. And as you can see, with today's race and 2 more to go, only 78 points are still on offer. So, yeah, if Critical wins and Andy Andre is second, then that's enough. The gap would open up to 81 points, and that won't be doable. If Andy wins, it's gonna be moved to the next race anyway. And if Critical doesn't win, we need to look where they finish. Chaza is now into third position and controlled down. Chaza actually overtakes 2 people there because Moksha's already been demoted by this after his impressive and maiden win in Monza. He's gonna be absent for the rest of the season. His teammate overtook him, but both of them are probably not gonna be here tonight, which it's gonna hurt. Pleasant down there, and Jack up into fifth. Fellison into eighth, overtakes Bosnian. John Meister still on 61. Hasn't really scored, as you can see there. Missing some races, not scoring in some. Jean-Pierre 11th, Rijat as a reserve in 12th. Good, strong showings from him. And then Slayer in front of Kovatska, who moves up. Nosibo down to 15 with 15. And Quincy jumps up 15 positions into 16th on 8 points. Crank York with his first points of the season into 17th on 4 points. Catch up by and Hardcore round out the top 20. More versus race, but for overview reasons, it helps to keep the graphics short. I think the lobby is starting, so I hurry this up. Yeah, Constructors Championship wise, a big blow for the current chasers of Ferrari, and with that obviously mean critical damage. He's 219 points. The only distribution to the Constructors World Championship, and the current first place Ferrari hold. And can't say I've seen that by any other driver be done anywhere so far. And next closest team was Mercedes, but also 4 points shy. They move up ahead of VCAP. Williams is gonna stay there. They scored some points and took some away with Jack from the opponents, so they have a hard time closing it in. And Andy and Kovatska really need to outscore Critical by some margin now. Still possible, but if Pleasant Snake was to be here today, that would have been a good shout, honestly. But now, tough chance. It's all about a bit of prestige now. Aston is on 155 points ahead of Red Bull's 142, then 72, 22, 16, and 11. So really just an eye on how Critical can outscore Andy today. I think that's going to be the main target. Did not hear that sound from the alert. Thank you very much. But thank you for the follow, Saku. No idea where the sound is. I guess it's fine so far. Yes, hello, welcome. Can I replay that?
My evil eye ready to kill some Stronzos.
That was a test follow. Give you the racing right now.
My evil eye ready to kill some Stronzos.
Okay, got that for you. Yeah, so let's head into the session. It's quite overcast. Just like we had in on Tuesday last week in SSI, where I took the win! Ha, finally! Let me check who is here with us today as well. Quincy is for Aston Martin. From what I've gathered, yeah, that's correct. And Scott is... Huh? Why is Supermax not racing? Pretty sure he invited me. Okay, something is wrong. Control is... He's in a McLaren. But... Also... That's control. Yeah, we figured that out on the go, but to my... Oh, and that is a hit to the wall. To my understanding... Scott wasn't... well, we find out. Yeah, so... Disqualification for Scott as well on top. This is going fantastically as of right now. So the first car to cross the line on a flying lap is the V-Cup of, I assume, what is going to be Control, because Pleasantneck is absent for today. And that's a 49.8. Next to cross the line is Vinienzo. And he goes to second. After that, that's Chaza who started a lap. Then it's a McLaren. Now it's Guy Repke. Thank you very much. Thought I was stripping major nutsack right now. But in a different kind of way. As Katja is now onto the straight. So we have the usual suspects. Mercedes are here with Andy Andre and Kovacs. Fallison is currently the only Red Bull. Maybe John Master is joining as Katja now takes first place away. Sacco into 4th is instantly demoted by Fallison into 5th. After that, that's Frankie in 6th. And then there's a DNF in front of us here. Wait, Control just retired on track? What stuff? Bosnian into 3rd. Kovatska was 7th and Nosibu 8th. What's going on? Yeah, so Mercedes, Red Bull, Critica is currently the only Ferrari, maybe Kismakos is joining. Nosibu and GR1 are here, Chaza and Quincy. Quincy is replacing Gianpai for Aston Martin. Bosnian Hammett, the only full-time driver still at Alpine. Katja for Williams as a reserve and T-Bran as a reserve. Both Jack and Moksha absent. Vinienzo takes the wheel for Kick Sauber and replaces Slayer. Trankyok is the usual suspect. He's not here though. I thought we were 17. Well, we see that. Control, yeah, we just saw him retire on track. Is Rain already there? Not sure. Sacco is in the second V car because Pleasantneck is absent. And now I have Scott instead of Supermax and Frankie. So I have no idea what's that all about. Let me check the Discord. Couldn't take control of my car, then it gave me control in the braking zone into turn 2 went down the run-on and DQ'd. Okay, that's what happened to Scott. And apparently Supermax gave the position to Scott, so... Yeah, let's see. Quincy on an out lap. Everyone else has not completed one. Okay, I guess. Critical is on one now. Still Dark Skies. Did they update the engine of the Ferrari? That sounds very different. Was that in today's patch notes? Just gonna give this to you. This sounds interesting, to say the least. Let me check that. Takes 2 seconds. Tweaks to various aerodynamic parts, side ports, intake, rear-wing shape, rear diffuser, and engine cover grille. Don't see anything with sound, to be honest. Sounds different to me though. Need to adjust to that. Yeah, my critic is on to the start-finish straight basically now as he exited the penultimate 2 corners and is over the line now. I expect him to be our provisional pole position holder once again, and he does so by 0.6 of a second. Yeah, great. I do not enjoy. Next is Quincy. Lovely to see you, my guy. Hopefully you can have a race as well as last time. Certainly you just need to survive, as everyone else hopes to do so. And over the line he goes. It's actually just the slowest time. Katja with the second attempt already. Steno rain, so maybe it's just overcast. Who is closer? Oh, they're close to each other though. Chada next, I think. Let's see. Fellison started a lap. Frankie started a lap. Yeah, let's stick with Chaza and Guy Rapke. And up the hill now to turns 13 and 14 into 15, very difficult braking zone. And Quincy retired in the castle section. Quincy is stupid, to quote a famous Ferrari driver. And Sacco has retired into turn 1. That's strong. Let's see if we can see that with... No, just got removed. Chaza is about to cross the line, currently in 13th without the time, and now he's up into second, and that's a 39.3, and that's very close. Oh my god, forgot to hold the wheel out of the pits. Yeah, okay. That's unfortunate. As we have lost 3 drivers now, 2 of the V-carbs. Next is Frankie, currently into 18th and 19th. Beautiful segue of corners. Only have 1 calendar. Very low on top speed. And he goes to P8 on a 41.2, and these bigs are gaps. No, these gaps are big. 2 seconds after P8. And Katja's into second now. We missed that. 39.2, so it's closer than I thought it would be. Yay! But let's see what Critical can do on this lap. Ah, never mind. He's 6 tenths faster. This guy needs more competition, honestly. Go to PSGL maybe. It would be so fun to try a league where the world champion is disqualified from competing in at least the next season. Yeah, hey, look at that. 7 tenths faster. than his previous time, 38.469. Nice. And it's pole position by 8 tenths now. As we still wait to see T-Brand, Andy Andre, and Guy Repke. Wait a minute. Someone had a quali ban. Someone had a quali ban. Andy has a quali ban. Yeah, that's gonna be fun now. Andy has a quali ban. But he cleverly decided to not to retire in the first second. Because everyone who crashes without a time or DSQ could still be behind him if the game decides that to do. GR is on the track once again as Vincenzo is starting another lap. That Ferrari engine sound is very new to me, so I have to adjust to that. Sounds a bit like a plastic car, like a toy. I don't know why. Yeah, bit too much curb maybe here into turn 4. Only over 1.5. 1.5 tenths faster. So still some time to be found. Into turn 7. Yeah, very good use of the entry curb there. Bit deep. And that makes a whole lot of a difference in terms of lap time here for this caster section. I hope that's not my sound, but I don't think so. The rest sounds normal. Into 15 uses all of the outside curb. That's pretty much in a straight line before you hit the brakes. And now he has lost a bit of his advantage. And let's see if he can find something in this final and flat out bit of the track. And onto the start finish straight over the line. Is a bit faster than Frankie and doesn't improve at the end. So yeah, somewhat a clean lap but not a fast lap. And we have Kovačka. Yeah, Kovačka is actually ahead. And has lost his wing. Okay, let's go back. It's interesting why Control did not want to continue to participate, so no idea what happened. Currently P15 with 2 other drivers without a time and 2 DNFing, and Guy Repke goes to P4 on a 39.8 and is now up there. A big hope for the McLaren squad, but he has not converted anything in terms of points. And now Bosnian is up by 2.5 tenths, just above that, and currently that doesn't mean any improvement for him. In terms of position, only the time will be lowered. The S is activated now, it has been moved and is now a shorter range. Was very much closer to the speed trap in the previous years since 2016. And Bosnian goes to a 39.5 and is now above Guy Repke and has improved his position indeed. As we are Now seeing the final runs of everyone, T-Ran decided not to start any lap time. Must be Skid Solo's second account. If you know him, you know the reference. And also Nocibo will not improve. He's not out on the track right now and has no chance to go higher up the field. Let's see if Fellison finds something that is roughly 5/10 or more faster than his previous attempt. That currently holds him in 7. 3 drivers are through, and he is indeed half a second faster. Still has... Oh, Vinienzo! Vinienzo is out! Vinienzo is out. Castle section, I'm stupid. And Frankie Parked is up there as well. Great. Fellison over the line. P7 to P6. In between Guy Rupke and Control. Guy Rupke has decided to call it quits. I think Frankie's lap is now impeded. And only Chaza and Critical have still something they can use to improve on. No rain, still no rain, so it was just overcast. And the Aston Martin over the line. Can he improve any higher than that? Almost 2/10, but no snatching of the pole position, and that is now 7/10 away from him, maybe further. There was a slight slipstream from the teleporting. Jesus Christ, how do you find more time? 4/10 of an improvement, and the pole position is now 1.104 seconds away. My guy, you need to find someone who is in your league, because everyone behind is clearly not. And if it wasn't for unfortunate incidences and the game being shitty, you've probably been on the podium in every race, and that should not be Finland League racing. But here we are. Yeah, critical pole position by over a second. Safe to say that he's gonna be running away with it today. 38.066 in front of Chaza. Nearly over 1.1 seconds behind, and it's Kacha. Bosnian in 4th, Guy Rupke 5th, Feddersen in front of Control, who quit early. 8th goes to Vinienzo, then it's Frankie, Kovatska, and Nocibo Sacco. Coincidentally, both of them retired after their first attempt. T-Brand did not set a time. Andy Andre has a qualifying ban, and there has been a DSQ from that session for Scott, who probably forgot how the pit exit works. And as we now await the start of Formation Lab, I'm just gonna give you a quick break. Be right back. we are only a couple of seconds away from what seems to be a dry race, but obviously only for now. In terms of tires, it's probably going to be soft for only a couple of laps. So yeah, from what I've seen last time, it's medium to hard, and softs are really only good for a very short last stint or the fastest lap. Jesus Christ, that was loud. I'm seeing the alert box has no sound. Well, I can adjust that. Thank you for that 1-bit, Saku. Appreciate that really. Alert box. Nope, can't adjust it. Now for 8 bits, and you become the top cheerer. Thank you very, very much. I wish I could adjust that, but I cannot. Okay, onto the broadcast formation lap here, and we have 2 runners on the soft. Shankok is now 17th. What happened? Pretty sure Scott was 16th. Okay, so Kranker couldn't take the car in quali, okay. Sacco, Tibran, as well as Vinienzo are on the hard tire. The rest is on the mediums, and the top and the last 2 are on softs, which is not even on the predicted strategy from AWS. Need to clear my glasses real quick. Can't see shit. And we have even a shittier camera. Great. Yeah. Fun. I guess we wait. Yeah, you can see a bit of the updated Williams here from the back. Not that I know every technical detail of these cars, but this one has a slow computer. Thanks, EA, indeed. We love you too. Also loading. So the following programs will be delayed by a couple of minutes. Please stand by. We have some technical difficulties. Wait a minute. Or did he mean wait a minute? 1.10, the best update ever. Yeah, it seems like we can't even quit. Okay. We have a short break. Coming back to you any second. are back! Let's go! Baku, take 2. Yeah, we have redone the lobby. As you can see, we are just heading into the session. And I can tell you it appears to be the furthest away from some rain we could have possibly imagined. So it's gonna be a dry race. If we can get going. That needs to be happening first, obviously. No formation lap, I guess. And we are racing in Azerbaijan as critical damage is holding on to first place, but Bosnian is around the outside for Chaza. Cannot get the move done. Let's get some telemetry, the trip map, and let's see what else is going to be happening here at the back. We have T-Burn already up into 11th position as both of the Hasses have lost out, and Andy Andre has something to do on this beautiful Monday night in terms of racing, in terms of overtaking, but I can assure you he is ready for the task, because what you don't know is Frank is off. This guy almost completed a last to first challenge after crashing in qualifying in SSRL last Tuesday. My penalty got revoked, and because I finished over the line first, I inherited the win, as now Quincy's up into 9th, passing Kovacs, and there's already a second of a gap here. Very wide from the Brit, as the second Brit, who is also currently second, has already lost the DRS to Critical, who is probably going to have one of the easiest evenings in a long time. Let's see. Scott has been the only remaining soft runner. The rest has stayed on them. Only Frankie switched to mediums. Bosnian is trying to overtake Chaza before they head into turn 1, and it has been completed by the Bosnian driver in the Alpine, as you can imagine. Kacha is close to lose out on the DRS, as there's Quincy into the pit lane already. Has some front wing damage, but must have been happening off camera for us. Didn't notice any damage there, as Andy Andre is already into 10th after the pit stop. Very deep into turn 3, currently trailing his teammate by roughly a second, and Diaz has already been activated, so he's gonna have the chance to make some moves. And Quincy's onto hard tires now, and will resume the race in 17th and last. As Critical has already checked out by 2.3 seconds, but we will follow this battle along. It's a train from 2nd to 7th. Bosnian has a lot of cars that could overtake him right now. Behind him, as we watch from the rear view of the Alpine, and one has overtaken him. Oh, they have contact on the straight! Is this Paris Sainz from yesterday? What are you doing? Who just... I think that was Fallison. I think Chazov passed him fair and square, and then Fallison hit the back. Fallison hit the back of Bosnian helmet on the straight, I think. Must have been Fallison, because I think Kacha was too far away, and now Guy Rabke is into third position after that contact. There's no damage to Kacha, no, that can't be. Oh, and there's Vinienzo. Vinienzo is into the runoff. That's the Ferrari engine? I seriously never noticed in this season so far. And Kacha is overtaking Guy Rabke. Now Fellison is battling with control. I'm sorry, I have to revisit that to judge what happened there. And now Scott has spun, and there's a virtual safety car for that. Because there's no front wing on the English driver. Wow. And Bosnian is certainly lucky to have escaped a crash like this without losing any of his tires. As you can see, the front wing is gone. That was... Whoever hit him there at the back, that was highly, highly unprofessional. And at least from this perspective, clearly seemed like the fault of the guy behind. It didn't feel like I was moving from Bosnian, as now it's been overtaken by Kovačka and DS has been enabled. So Andy into 7th. Don't know why Kovačka is pitting now. Did he think the safety car is gonna last longer? No front wing damage for him as well. Chaza 3 seconds behind. Kacha is 3 seconds behind. As well, Guy Rabke is almost out of the AS. Fellison is putting pressure. And Andy Andre is the next to cross the line. No real battles at the moment. And he has also a group of cars. Kranker into 12, but he has front wing damage as well. There is front wing damage to Frankie as well. And now hard tires for Scott, who also is exiting the pits. Kovačka Bosnian helmet onto fresh hards. They did not get the benefit of the virtual safety car because it just ended before they headed for the pits. But yeah, you can imagine Bosnian really needed to come in. Nothing there that he could do about completely lost front wing. Pedersen is now chasing this McLaren. He is currently vulnerable to him as there's no DS8 for the McLaren on the straight. And unlike in real world racing, more late move to the left. The inside line is still strong, but you don't suffer from DS as much, from dirty air as much as Charles Leclerc did yesterday. So Pedersen has probably a good chance as soon as he really wants to go for it. Didn't turn on the AIS. No overtake or hot lap to assist his top speed. And the control is able to keep with them, while Andy cannot. And there was a swap for position, and Sacco is retired after going in too deep. And there's the safety car! The safety car Bosnian and the others would have liked to have. Yeah, obviously you can now go to the hearts and to the end. But if you are currently down anyway, just pit for the medium and then go to the hards again, because they don't care. Fortunately, we have lost one driver with that. Let's see what happens in terms of the pit stops. And yeah, you can see that Critical is taking to the left hand side of this part of the track. It's coming into the pit lane. Chaza's in, Kacha's in, Gairepka's in. Patterson control, and he's gonna be coming in. T-Brand probably not. Vinny Enzo also not. Interested to see what Bosnian thinks he can achieve now. Oh, well, he was on memes anyway, and probably a drive-through penalty for Quincy. Speeder under the safety car. Yeah, they can't stay out. They probably don't have a second hard tire, and they completed the rule anyway already. Oh well, good luck all. Yeah, my unfortunate Sacco, so better luck next time. But it's gonna be even trickier. Singapore also Shankyok goes to softs and Kovaska to medium. My man, what are you smoking? Actually, T-Bran and Vinienzo switch tires to mediums. Yeah, they're kind of in the odd position where they would lose a lot of positions if pitting again. Singapore is my favorite. Yeah, mine as well, so hope to see you there. And in good and strong form. So, hoping it works better out for you. They can't pit again, but they have the chance to like gain some ground here and then pit later for the second medium. Which is a strong tire still. I don't get this call from Trankyok onto softs. Doesn't make any sense. Oh, there's a German flag in the back. Quincy is back to the pack in just a moment, so we will be continuing with the racing at the end of this lap, and green flags will be there for start of lap 8. And Critical will control the pace at the start of the third sector, just at the exit of 16. Just gonna give you a quick ad so we don't get interrupted later. Yeah, Quincy still needs to serve the drive-through. Safety car in this lap. And the field will be bunched up. I hope they maybe also fix the top left information. but I didn't see that in the patch notes. Critical is controlling the pace, but obviously you don't want to trigger it too early. There's a lot of slipstreaming that could be a disadvantage to him, but he seems to have that under control right now. Safety goes into his full control, and now he has pulled the trigger, and we are racing once again in Azerbaijan as the top 6 stay the same, but there's movement at the back. Oh, there's a late move by Bosnian. And how on earth did he pull off a 2017 Dan Ricciardo? As a bunch of cars are now side by side. Of Quincy into 13th. Trying to make some ground up. Oh, and he hit the wall. And there was a front wing loss. Front end plate. A loss to Crank York. And Critic is already trying to extend the gap once again. It was 3 seconds when the safety car appeared on our screens, and now Frankie is down to 16th as he once again overshot a turn. That Ferrari engine sounds weird. Glad I'm not driving one currently. And Fellerson has fucked it. Fellerson has fucked it at the exit of 15 and now needs to wait before he can keep going again. Otherwise, ghosting anyway. Another good chance thrown out of the window. Don't really need to. Oh! Controls was trying to go for it. Oh, be careful. That curb is no slouch when it comes to unsettling your car. As Andy tried to go to the inside of the McLaren, now completes the move by turn 3. That was very close. Guy Rapke had the door closed and there was a tiny bit of the V-carb on the inside, but no, they couldn't do anything after they turned in, and there's another car into the escape road, and that's Frankie once again. As no Sibo now leads Scott Kovacs and Crank York, who opted to stay out after that wing damage. Chanza is currently staying with Critical, Katja also just about. And then after that control, Andy and Guy Rapke. Stay very high curb in this game, not in real life anymore. At least looks a bit flatter. There's no chance of Chaza to make a move, but Katja has the opportunity to make a move, and he completes that. And these 3 are staying in the same order. But Scott moves into the points paying position in P10. So Zibo has a horrible exit. And now we have Kovacs on the inside of the McLaren. And even though he had to use that curb on the left hand side, he still pulled the move off, and Vincenzo is now up into 7th after he flew by and into the next turn ahead. And Frankie is replacing his front wing as Fellerson is once again onto the medium tire. Needs to go roughly 17 laps maybe. Gonna be a tough task. T-Brands, they can't make anything out of these soft tire, medium tires, soft air tires compared to the rest. Catch and Charger stay close together. Don't think that's gonna be a move, but let's see. Closing in, but no. And there's Andy Andre into fourth. Can Guy Rupke do anything? He can. Oh, and then he touches the side of Andy Andre as he hits the brakes. Locks it up. But no damage, just a bit of tapping of these cars. And they had a slight collision, but nothing happened. There's no damage, there's no impact on what has been happening for and to them. And Andy is into fourth, 3.4 seconds away from the next two. As Fallison has now adjusted and claimed the fastest lap of the race. As Control is trying to get by on Guy Repke. That seems a bit audacious, but it works. And it has been only working some drivers and only will be working, because that overtake into turn 7 is surely something. Skrank York is there at the back of Nocebo as they exit the old city part with the upper run to the castle. And Critica is once again checked out. Onto the left hand side goes Chaza, and he has done it. Back into second. No chance for Guy Repke to take away P5 once again. And now Kacha back into second on the second fastest straight here. And is also assisted. Oh, there's a yellow. There's a yellow. There's a yellow for Vinienzo. And he lost it into turn 3 on the braking. Didn't cost him a front wing. But some positions. And that is now P12 for him, as his teammate is now on the back of him. Very good and strong showing, but that obviously doesn't help, as we are about to hit the halfway mark of this race. The biggest gaps being at the back, Quincy, Felsen and Frankie totally out of sync. Sorry, I have something in my eye that is bothering me. And there's a virtual safety car, and that's a huge crash! What did Guy Repke do there? And Control is out of the session! Oh my word! What just happened on the main straight? And that's obviously a full safety car. But who crashed it that caused the virtual one? That was also very delayed, by the way, the message. What the hell just happened? Another straight, being in a straight line crash. Oh my word, and now Quincy and Fellison are back. Oh my word. Don't be irritated, there's a yellow dot on the minimap on your right hand side, and both of the recaps are out now. Holy fucking shit. Fasteners opted for the older hard tires as Quincy did not stay out. No, he put it as well, okay. One lap old medium tires. What a hefty crash. And T-Run still needs to pit. Mate, don't think you can now extend here as Triticus. Oh yeah, they were past the safety car. So they're going to the medium tire, I would assume. Guy Robke doesn't think so. Stays out on the harder tire. And is only harder. Scott as well. Not so sure if this is not gonna bite you in the back later. Now Critica has even a car between him and his next rival. Lovely. It's gonna make it easier for him to pull away if he can read GR like a book at the restart. Take one chance and make it count. Because the amount of time he can be losing behind the McLaren might cost him some time later in the race. If Chazo or Kacha are being able to follow closely and don't have to drain their battery power as much as you might need to do if you're not inside the DRS chain of car Z, or at least one car. Is there another front wing loss? Yeah, Quincy is without a wing. Yeah, Quincy needs to be in for pit stop very soon. So I'm just gonna leave you with another ad break so we don't get interrupted later. And we are back to see that Quincy has put on the old hard tires and is now catching the field that has already entered Sector 2 on this final lap. Ooh, what's happening here? Charles has lost position. and can't get them back. So Andy and Katja are now position up each. And speaking about positions, Scott is currently your driver of the day with 13. But yeah, we'll have a hard time on this final stint as Xianko now receives a 10-second time penalty for severe collision with no SIBO. Yeah, so Scott is gonna have a hard time, and then he can improve even further if they get Scott and Guy Repka out of the way. As the safety car is still not in because Quincy took longer than I expected. Way longer than I expected. It's gonna be another lap. Okay. Yeah, so Guy Repka up 4th, but same story for Scott. And Chaza down 4, 3 for Bosnian, and Tiran up 6, Crank York up 6. Good effort as 2 more people dive into the pit lane, and it's both of the Kicksaubers. Just gonna restart my audio engine, but I don't think. And he has to serve the 10-second time penalty, so that's gonna be longest stop for Vincenzo. Is that softs? Once again softs for 10 laps. And the complete opposite, but with a front ring change for Vinienzo. Both Kickstarters now at the back, just like in real life. And they have a bit of bad luck, but the soft is a bit too often chosen by Crank York. As almost he doesn't have a medium. Well, at this stage could be that it was to use, but I wasn't able to check all of them stops. The safety car is waiting for the Kicksaubers to catch up. It's gonna be tricky. Maybe it ignores them. It ignores them, but they will be there. And this time, Guy Repke is controlling the pace for the restart of the safety car. As more and more people get into position. And safety car also about to enter the pit lane. But the Guy Repke needs to be slowing down a bit more, I think. Just going in a straight line. And now he has pulled the trigger, which somehow leaves Scott an opportunity. And nope. That is, second place stays Romanian. So no real improvement. As Scott gets a bad exit and now catches into third. As Critica is trying to get by on P1. Doesn't need to risk it. And is waiting for the next opportunity. High advantage over pace advantage. That makes Critica strong. If not the strongest competitor at the moment. And especially for the win. And Andy Andre is hunting down Scott, and that's not helping him. He's losing the top 2. Top 3, let's say it. like this. Even though they might be a bit out of position because they didn't pit for a new and fresh tires. White moment there from Scott could be costing Andy. Don't be irritated by the marker on the top left. It's no more safety car on the track, but critical. Oh! Now was slows by Kacha. Critical and Kacha take Guy Röpke. So now Scott is into the pit lane and decides to call it a day. And also no points here. As Quincy battles with Krankjork and Vinienzo. And Fellison up into 8th. He's on his used medium tire. That was now conserved a bit under the safety car. At least under this one. And up next and up as T-Bran. So an even... No, he's on fresher tires. Okay, never mind. Top 3 already separated once again. Over second. Ferguson is looking to get closer and closer to the Williams. But what is with Andy, what is with Chaza and Bosnian, who are all in the fight for second? Scott has eliminated himself as see another phone. Andy is locked up. Andy has locked up and hit the wing, and there's a 10-second time penalty for Guy Repke, who then hit the back of Andy and lost some front wing too. And that's the championship over. Championship over on lap 19 here for Andy Andre, who was looking to be in the top 2, maybe 3 on second and third, but as we all know, that would have been not enough as well to move it to Singapore in 7 days time. And he has now lost the gap. It has opened up widely, and they are racing away from him. And Katja is also trying to extend the gap to Chaza and Bosnian hammered behind as Quincy goes into. And there's another virtual safety, guys. Kriankog has spun it. We still have a chance for a full one. But we don't get one. Is Andy gonna hit into the pits? He will, yeah. And is currently benefiting from those extra minutes where you don't need to overdo your tire. And even Enzo as well as Guy Repko onto fresh soft tires. As Critica is once again pulled away here. And the top 3 behind Critical are still racing hard. As Fellason is currently unable to catch them because they are in a DRS train. There's a chance of Bosnian to take 3rd here already. Certainly looks like it. To the inside goes the Alpine, even though Buddy also active DRS for the Aston Martin. Bosnian is into 3rd. Just looking to race the next guy ahead. And there's a slight ES disadvantage here. But obviously on the straights might be an easier move. And Shaza's fucked it. Shaza's fucked it into the runoff area here. To the emergency exit. Thought I saw something like this when they approached the braking zone. So now all of a sudden T-Bran is into 5th. And Bosnian has gotten... What? Into turn 7. On Kacha. Ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Be careful. Don't crash it. You don't need to crash it. Yeah, well, there's probably gonna be a counter-attack. And Xiangyorg has DNF from the session. Bit too hard into turn 3. There could have been still safety car, but it's capped to 3 and that includes virtual safety car, so... No more resurgence from a lifesaver after five laps ago. There was 5 laps ago. And catches back into 2nd. As Andy has overtaken Frankie. Even before the DS is opened, but after the line came, no, he did not. You can see the rear wing is open on Frankie, and there's a new fastest lap on the 48.82 for Andy Andre, but that is all gonna be for nothing of his interest. Oh, and Kovacs gets fucked it. We just saw his lockup, so no points for this Mercedes here. Jesus motherfucking Christ. What a hit by the Hungarian. And only 12 remained. We're down to 12 drivers. And Bosnian has lost the DRS to Kacha. Battery life is just a bit better than from the reserve Williams here tonight as well, but Chaza has the best opportunity now, I think. Oldest tires on the grid currently to Fallison and then Quincy and Frankie. Andy is already also overtaking someone. Oh, it's also overtook someone, sorry. Half a second, that's not so far ahead. Quincy might launch a counter-attack and Charles trying to take 5th place away from T-Brand that he had in his pocket anyway before that lockup just a lap ago. 2 laps ago, sorry. Osibo is leading Andy Andre and Quincy for 7th. And none of the remaining drivers have a time penalty so far. Can still change. Don't think he's gonna try it here. But he hit the wall a bit there. And it was just outside the range where he could invalidate. On board with the Mercedes. Works against customer teams. And in front and behind it's customers only. In the slipstream, now that the ES is coming up, he can activate an extra power in terms of the slipstreaming goes to the outside. There's a chance for Quincy as well. No, he hits the Tech Pro barrier and exit of 1, but I don't think there's any damage. Especially when you hit it with the tire instead of the wing. Quincy has already front wing damage again to his right hand side end plate. Kacha's now running away from Bosnian, so really this is the only interesting duel until Shaza can catch Ellison. What could be still possible. Quincy in the slipstream puts to the left hand side of Nocebo. Goes to the inside. Can he stick the braking order? Very close. He cannot. Slight less of a turn, and obviously because of the car. There's this upper side. Quincy with the DRS was behind when they entered the second turn. And now P12 is in. Car number 12 is into P8. And Chaza has closed down the gap to Fallison, who just ghosted because he hit the wall. And he's struggling with tires massively. So that might be a good shot. Oh, there's a spin. And Bosnian Helmet has maybe just thrown the podium away. Because Fallison and Chaza are closing in and just front wing damage to the right hand side. Oh, Bosnian, what are you doing? There's a slow moving Mercedes. And Andy has caught up to T-Bran as well. So that's 6th position as Chaza is now dispatching Fallison into turn 1. Romanian against Hungarian. And Andy Andre. Oh, and there's contact! T-Bran wanted to go back at him, but there was no door open. A bit over optimistic at the start of the last lap. Don't think it was fault of Andy Andre. And Bosnian has to hold on to 2.6 second lead over the next 2 cars. Next car, because Fellison just had an oversteer moment. Yeah, don't fuck it up in the castle right now. Oh, that was close. On to critical damage, who once again takes the championship with 3 races to go. If there is a name and a face and a voice, obviously, to a dominant performance is the Ferrari of critical damage, who takes back-to-back world championships and puts a very good performance into the Constructors' World Championship away. He has been faultless all race, basically all season this way. He comes across the line to win in Azerbaijan, and it's critical to take the championship in Season 5. He is now back-to-back world champions as Katja finishes off in second. There's Bosnian into third. He holds it off. Chaza in fourth after a mistake. Back to it, and now Fellison, who had enough spins already, decides to have another one on the line. Is over the line gladly. So Andy is in 6th. T-Ban on a very good day. And now Quincy has taken Osibo over the line on the final straight. If Guy Rapke finishing it off in P10, still needs to work on his race performance. And there is now Frankie over the line with no wing left for Haas. And the remaining kick sauber. Invinienzo is over the line any second now. And finishes off this 3rd and final race of the season in P12. Another conclusion to the World Championship has now arrived, and yeah, you can clearly tell by the performances of Critical over the season what kind of a driver he is, and I once again say that competition in this league is sometimes too little for him to be challenged, really. We had that only in some races this season, but still his overall performance, especially in qualifying, is too strong for any of these guys. That's why he's back-to-back world champion. Critical takes the win in Azerbaijan in front of Ketchup, Bosnian Helmet, then it's Chaza, Fellison, it's Andy Andre after qualifying ban into 6th, then it's T-Ban and Quincy. Good showings from the reserves, no Sibo and McLaren teammate Guy Repke finish with 3 points, then Frankie Vinienzo, and then it's Kovatska, Krangok, Scott, Control, and Sacco with no finish and no points to their name. So, a quick break, very short one, and then we will hear from our drivers after that race. Stay tuned. Okay, we are back after a quick break for some drivers' interviews for today's Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and we start off with our new world champion in critical damage and also our race winner from the Azerbaijan Grand Prix today. Critical, that race, especially with the qualifying, seemed very easy, just a couple of restarts to manage. Obviously, being close behind there at the second safety car and then just driving away from the competition. How easy was it in the cockpit for you today? Because it certainly looked like a walk in the park. And how do you feel after finally clinching back-to-back world champions?
Thank you very much. It wasn't that easy actually because there were quite a lot of safety cars, virtual safety cars, so you needed to be sure that you pit when it's the right time to do so. But quite happy with how I controlled the pace, controlled the gap to the second place, and how I managed the safety car restarts.
Yeah, obviously looking at the tires, it was obviously very certain that the hards would go a long way in the race, and obviously you don't want to risk anything when you're at the lead. And only at the second safety car you were ahead of the pit entry when it came out, so you still had time to respond, and that was basically what happened there. And yeah, you just needed to dispatch one guy and try to get away with it. So yeah, overall, the qualifying pace seemed to be one of the strongest in the recent races, especially how close some of these has been. So, did you put some extra prep into Azerbaijan, or did it just come naturally to you today?
No extra practice, just the usual Sunday. A couple of hours just to get to know the track because I didn't race on this track on this game, and also on F123. I think I last raced on it uh, in January or something like that. So I wasn't sure what to expect, but the pace seemed to be there. But I'm not sure what's going wrong in the qualifying sessions because I'm always miles away from my personal best. The time was good, so I cannot complain too much. I got pole, but being 9/10 away from your personal best, there are quite a lot of mistakes in the lap, and a lot of improvement to be made.
Obviously, things are settled. Also, constructors world championship. I don't know if it's still mathematically possible, but I don't think so. So, both of the titles are in your bag. Are you just trying to go and have fun in Singapore, in Brazil? Maybe do something audacious and have some, maybe odd strategies or something, or do you just want to, put less practice in and still like have a competitive race for the last two rounds?
I don't know. Actually, I just like to treat the race as a standalone thing. I don't treat them as part of a championship. I just try to do my best. So I'm not sure if that's the case, but if I'm in the right mood Monday morning, then maybe I'll do something different. But I cannot promise you that.
Okay, then we're looking forward to that Singapore race in 7 days' time. Thank you very much for your insights. Once again, congratulations on back-to-back World Championships, and see you in Singapore.
Thanks. See you next week. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, second place catcher is not with us, but we are talking to Bosnian, who had a scare on the last lap. Podium still secured, but obviously, turn 16 didn't really like you at the end there, and you had to hold on one more lap to make sure that you're on the podium. Very entertaining race from our perspective in terms of the battles for you at the front. So how much did your heart sink into your pants after you had that spin?
Okay, firstly, congrats to Critical on his title. He deserved it completely. So we will see next season. So we will get a hard battle. I can guarantee that. So first of all, the quali was really bad. I couldn't get my lap together. I was off my time like second and a half. I just couldn't get it together, but it is what it is. And then after that lobby restart, I don't know what happened. Someone pressed actually ready up before before Fellason said it. So I didn't load my setup from Baku. I just in last minute I think it was maybe Australia or something like that. So I just I that was
Okay.
really hard. And then I was fighting like crazy just to keep my rear tires there. They were spinning like hell. So and had a couple of incidents as well. I lost my front wing, then got the box to change it. And I was like last place, and eventually the pace was there. I enjoy driving this track, but it was misfortune actually with that setup. But it is what it is. I can't complain. So by the rules, we should have been lobby restarted again. So, but it's too late already. So I suppose the fellow son and who else was in charge, they just said, okay, we'll keep going.
Yeah, obviously there was a lot of places trading there for the last stint where the safety car came in, and then you were in a fight with Kacha. Yeah, based on what you said about the setup, yeah, probably not what you could extract more there, because he just ran away with it at the end, and then you obviously had to manage the front wing damage. So yeah, do you think there was a chance for you to be maybe second or even challenge for the win if you had just your normal pace and setup for you available here tonight?
For sure, comparing the quali lap from critical, I was there, so I actually practice maybe late afternoon today, and I was pretty much under 138 or 38. So and the race pace was also really good, and I think me and critical we would be fighting for first place for sure.
Okay. Yeah, let's look ahead for the next and final street track of this season. It's gonna be Singapore in 7 days' time. What do you think is possible if, yeah, well, the setup is available to you, and do you like this track, and do you think there's a podium possible there as well?
Well, I think it's every race I draw, I was on podium. If I if I managed to finish it last time, there was some kind of glitch in the game, so my delta was 2 seconds in green, and then I got a dry 2 penalty. So yeah, thank you again. But Singapore is really a fun track. I like it very much. So as this one, so the Baku is also good, one of my favorites. But I have some bad luck this season, so every time is something something else. But we will see next season.
Just have 2 more races with bad luck so you don't have any in the next season.
Yes.
Okay, Bosnian, I wish you the best for
Thank you.
next week in Singapore, and thanks for that interview. Thank you for the insight. See you.
Thank you. See you.
And now we move to 8th place reserve driver Quincy. Quincy, my man, you got him on the final lap on the straight,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's 4 points for you there after a good showing in Vegas last time as well. How happy are you with your race today?
I felt like I could have been a little bit more up there. Possibly could have got T-Bran at the end. Um, if I didn't break so many front wings. But happy to at least be in the points after pitting around 5 times for new wings and whatever and whatnot. The restart really had me. I got the setup, but I didn't tweak it like I did from the quali. So it was very, very hard to get grip. But once the tires had warmed up, it started to feel a little bit better. And then I just kept going. I was really slow, but I just kept trying to be consistent and then get the good exits, because I think that's what this track depends on a lot. You get good exits, then you could carry more down the straight. So I just tried my best. see what I can do. Try to keep out the walls as much as possible and try to not collide with anybody. So, it's just gonna be good. It's decent. So I'm quite fairly happy, but could have been a little bit better though.
Yeah, keeping it out of the walls wasn't really the case for the qualifying. You smashed it into the castle section. So, yeah, do you think there was still something inside the bag for you in terms of quali phase?
Possibly, yeah. I was just heading back to the pit, and I just wasn't focused, and I just lost grip, locked up, braked a little bit too hard, and understeered right into the Charles Leclerc corner, just like he did. So lesson learned. Didn't do that in the race. So happy that it happened in qualifying. And I don't know. You must have missed it or not. But I had a really good start off the what do you call it? The restart from the second start of the race. Had a really good launch up to the front, but then unfortunately broke my wing on lap 1. So yeah, things to learn.
Yeah, next time, obviously, when you're there, what do you reckon your chances are for a good result in Singapore as well, maybe in the points?
Yeah, I hope to be there at Singapore. I should be there. But I'm quite happy with the street tracks because I know that I'm consistent enough not to hit the walls. So I know that I can score points, just pick up. I just need to be careful and just pick up the pieces when other people crash like they did today.
Yeah, that's true. That was also the case with Vegas, I guess. Okay, then
Yep.
wishing you the best of luck for Singapore and see what you can do there. And maybe
Thank you, Herman.
score some points there as well. Okay.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. And that has been it from race 13 out of 15. Only 2 more to go, but the championship is now done after today. As I said, maybe mathematically still possible for the constructors, but I doubt someone is gonna outscore Critical by that much with the 2 remaining races in Singapore next time. And then for the 30th of September, we head to Sao Paulo for our season finale in season number 5, and then obviously coming back a few weeks later to a second season on this game. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this. Wasn't the most action-packed, but still enjoyable to watch. And if you have missed any of the previous races, check No Stabilizers Allowed on YouTube, and yeah, drop them a subscription there. Drop me a follow if you want to see this live again next Monday. And yeah, hope I can catch you there once again. And have a good rest of your day, and speak to you in Singapore. Have a good one. Ta-da!